All right, welcome everybody. So this is a different Saturday than we normally have because my mom was in town. We decided to go out for a trip. So we went to the Paul and Linda Hurd Baylor Welcome Center, which will be my next video of what we did there. But basically, it's this really cool welcome center in Waco for Baylor University that was just built right next to the freeway. It's got these four huge columns inside where you can walk inside of them, and each one has a different experience. One of them makes it feel like you're on the Baylor front line. Another one has like a selfie sort of area. A hall of mirrors, which the kids really liked, and then the last one just had some information on the university, I believe. After that, we went to the gift shop. The gift shop there is really fun and has some really nice items for not too much money. And then they also have some very cool items like watches and pool tables, all geared out towards Baylor. There's plenty of meeting rooms, and a theater talks about Baylor and how to get tuition assistance, as well as a nice little coffee shop there. So first thing in the morning, I woke up and I had a peach sort of natural energy drink. I was thinking I might have some coffee later on. Normally I try not to have my coffee until 10:30, but this time we were going to that coffee shop, but in the moment we decided not to get any coffee. Kind of had a lazy morning where we just kind of hung around, had some breakfast, waited for my mom to come over. We tried to, first thing in the morning, I tried to have a little bit of time with God. I listened to the Bible through the Dwell app. We're doing the Bible in a year, and they have that in there. And then we also, it was in Psalms on that day. And then I also do the Bible recap. After that, I try to pray. I would love to start to journal, but I haven't got there yet. But just to pray and spend some alone time with God after I read His Word, I felt it's always easier and better to be in the Word first before prayer, just because it kind of aligns your heart with His heart. After praying and taking some time for myself in the morning, my wife was awesome that she gets up before me and kind of gets the kids started in the morning. I took a quick shower and got dressed for the day. Didn't eat anything. Sometimes when I eat something, it takes me a while to kind of get going in the morning, so I don't usually eat until the afternoon. We left at about 11 or 11:30 to go to the Baylor Welcome Center. We worked on this puzzle all day long. It's one of the side activities we had going on at the house. It's normally me that's doing the puzzle, and I might have to take a little puzzle break after this because it's been really just me doing them. Went to the Welcome Center and spent about a half hour to an hour there just kind of cruising around looking at stuff. Afterwards, my mom took the three older kids, and we took the three younger kids out to, I took the little kids out to see the waterfall. There is a waterfall outside of Baylor on the Brazos River, sort of a dam at the edge, not the one at the Little Bosque, but the one on the Brazos just southeast of town. And I tried to find an access road for it, but apparently there's not one. So we just kind of drove around, saw some of the countryside, saw some of Baylor University, and then came home. By the time we came home, I just got to spend some time just with Asher since the big kids were gone. And we just kind of had a nice, relaxed day. We were going to have leftovers that night, so there wasn't really any cooking to do. And normally on Sabbath, we try not to cook and do dishes and clean the floor, and this Sabbath was no exception. We definitely just kind of lounged around and had a nice relaxing day. The biggest question I get when people ask me about Sabbath is, well, what if the kid has a poopy diaper? Do you guys, take care of them for that? And yes, we do help the kids wipe. We do poopy diapers. We do things that the family needs to get done, but we just try to not have the kids do any chores. We try not to do any chores. I try to look at my phone as little as possible. I played some chess that day, but I am trying to play less on the Sabbath because for me it becomes a little bit obsessive. And then we just try to spend more time with God and more time in worship. That day they were having a very bad storm. In fact, some tornadoes were coming around town. And so we just kind of hunkered down. A lot of places lost power, but we didn't. It might have been the next day that happened, but I can't remember 100%. Sabbath, we usually take a walk. We didn't this Sabbath. We did walk around the Welcome Center for a while, and we do try to read a little bit of the Bible together as a family and talk about what we learned, but we didn't this Sabbath. That night, usually every other week, my older three kids go over to my in-laws' house, and my wife and I try to have a date. Now, our dates don't look the same like they used to when we were young without kids, but we'll just go get some food and bring it home. Sometimes we'll watch a show together or a movie together, but we'll just have a moment. We put the little kids down at 7, and so we have quite a bit of time, just the two of us, to hang out. And that's been really nice. It's been really nice to take one day a week and kind of rest like that. Getting to bed around 10:30, 11, and then waking up the next day to kind of do it all over again. Now Sunday, we usually do Sabbath from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. So Sunday we kind of wake up, we're ready to go again, ready to get the house cleaned up and picked up to start a new week. And so that's been sort of our routine since really October 1st of 2022. So we've been doing that for a year and a half now. And the kids look forward to Sabbath. We look forward to Sabbath. We did some outside work. Sometimes I'll even do some like manual labor on those days. It's not my normal work. So my normal work is just sitting in front of a computer answering calls. So I do get out and mow the grass, or I was building bunk beds, and I'm going to be building a table. We kind of do things that relax us and put us at ease, even if it is considered work. And we're not super strict on it, but we just kind of do our best. But it was a nice day, especially with my mom visiting, to not have to go out and do anything, but we just kind of chose to leave that day and go drive to the Welcome Center and show my mom that, and my wife hadn't seen it before, and so she got to see it. It really is a fun place for like the whole family to go check out. We do watch some TV. We try to just keep it really clean with what we're watching. We just try to watch things that honor God, and are not going to be kind of polluting our brain with just things that will give us stress and anxieties. I got to call my brother, which was nice, and we spoke for about 15, 20 minutes. We speak about every couple weeks, and we always play an online chess game almost every day. Lately, we've been doing that. We also talk and plan a little bit for the future, brainstorm and think, my wife and I, when we get together, like, are we going to move to Tennessee or aren't we? And if we do, what are we going to do when we get there? So that's just been really nice to have that time with her. That's a little bit slower. I also think that having one day a week is not necessarily mandated as a New Testament Jesus follower, because Jesus says, I am the Lord of the Sabbath, and those who want to have rest can rest in me. But with having 5 kids and working full time, there was a period, and I was actually doing 2 jobs. I was driving to make extra money for DoorDash and Uber Eats. Not even DoorDash, but Uber Eats and the other one. Maybe it was DoorDash. And we're just feeling tired and worn out, and there's always messes, and we're always cleaning them up and getting after the kids. And so we just decided, to look towards the Bible for answers, and God dictates in the 10 Commandments and in several other places that we take one day a week and rest. And so we just thought, let's try it. So we planned for it for a while. We planned for it for like 2 or 3 months to be ready for it. We got out of a few busy seasons that we were in. We're like, look, we're not going to say yes to stuff if it's on Saturdays. And for the first 3 months, we didn't. We really didn't do anything. One camping trip we did, where I tried not to do anything on that Saturday. Now, some people can take an hour, and some people can take a Sunday. We decided to do it on Saturday. Sundays were always just so busy for us. We have Trail Life, American Heritage Girls, church, some volunteer stuff that we do. It's just a busy day, wall to wall. Good stuff, good family stuff, but not a day that I would consider restful at all. So we decided to make a Saturday, which is actually the traditional day, which is fine. For us, we don't do a lot of sports, and so we could do Saturday. But yeah, it was just a really nice day. So the next day we woke up, and there was a really bad storm. In fact, power was knocked out all over the place. tornado watches, and we decided to stay home and watch church from home. In fact, the second two services at church, the power was knocked out. And so that was fine. Our car's leaking oil anyway. It's hard for us to get around. Um, we did manage to get out in the afternoon, and after we watched church from home, we went roller skating at Skate Waco, which is, you've seen a video on that before. It's a really, really nice, fun place for the family. After that, the big kids and Asher and I, with my mom, went to Baskin Robbins and got some ice cream, brought some home for Amanda. So that was really nice to do. And I am watching Ash vs. the Evil Dead, which is so funny. It's definitely not something that I'm proud to be watching because of the content, but it's so funny. I'm just laughing my head off watching that. Also on the Sabbath, for most of the day, I read a book. And let me see what it's called. It's called Father's Heart, and it's by Logan Duvall. I'm trying to read on those Saturdays. It's just another way to relax. And this is a book about a dad who his son had cancer, and so he went through and learned a lot of ways to defeat cancer holistically, along with his doctor's advice, and learning about gut pathogens and the importance of sleep and different things like that. So, almost done with that book. Got about 30 pages left, so I read about 80% of it on Sabbath, and a little bit more today. Also got to watch today the Mavericks play, which was nice. Even though the Mavericks lost, it was fun to watch that game. So I'm going to stop this and let you watch the rest of this puzzle being built.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marva. Happy birthday to you.
Mara, can you blow? Go.
Good job.
Yay! Good job.
Yay.
Yay!
Good job.